How's it going out there, YouTube? My name is Jesse, and I am the curator for the Golden Age, and back with another
Lost Heroes of the Golden Age.
Classics. Alright, in this comic book, we are finally...
A jungle girl!
Yes, she's a jungle girl.
Oh yeah.
Why are you so fascinated with the jungle girls?
I'm a guy.
That's not an excuse.
Yes, it is.
But yes, we are doing a jungle girl known as the Purple Tigress. Guys have always had kind of a fascination with jungle characters. Tarzan came out in, I believe, 1912? And, there's always been kind of a fascination with jungle characters. Now, boys like jungle girls in particular. Why? Because the idea of finding a girl in the wild just fascinates them. They are usually, feisty, curvy, beautiful, and they're always perfectly shaven despite the fact that they're out in the jungle. But all guys are thinking like, oh, I'd like to find a jungle girl. So, some jungle girls and jungle stories are more popular than others, but there have been a number of stories that have been female-led, by jungle girls. And I have covered some jungle girls in a video a few years ago. I think it was the first female lead in a comic book story was actually a jungle girl. I did cover a number of them. But this time, we're covering one that's completely ridiculous. No origin story, no real solid explanation of her powers. She's a rich girl who wanted to fight crime. So...
bring on the jungle girl!
You're really gonna have to stop that. Let's get into the Purple Tigress. The Purple Tigress... Anne or Anita Morgan, trust me, first appeared in All Good Comics #1 in 1944. She was originally published by Fox Publication and was created by Betty Brown. Now, the Purple Tigress only had 2 appearances, so we're going to go ahead and cover both of them. First one is 6 pages, the second one is 10 pages. Now, this is a really interesting fact. In her first outfit, she is dressed all in purple, so the Purple Tigress makes sense. In the second appearance, only her cape is purple.
And she's the Purple Tigress because...
I can't answer that, but at least she's still wearing purple. Everything else is leopard stripes.
Leopards have spots.
I'm guessing they wanted to bring a tigress theme into it, even though in her first appearance everything is striped. In her second appearance, only the cape. So let's go ahead and cover the Purple Tigress. In the opening panel, it says the Purple Tigress. And we see her in her outfit, just like all jungle girls are. Who is the Purple Tigress? A whole city is piqued by the question. Out of nowhere, the Purple Tigress, a beautiful cat-like woman, appears to cut down crime. Like her jungle namesake, she stalks the venomous denizens of the wild. Is she a manic angel? Has she a hidden lair living like a wild animal? Or, ... question mark, or maybe the story will tell you. Yes, that's kind of silly. We see the Purple Tigress knocking out a guy while there is a floor full of guys unconscious. And one of these unconscious guys looks like he's smiling. A headline which is daily becoming more familiar. And this is the Beacon. It is Purple Tigress captures Stoltz gang. There are guys in a bar reading the article, and one of the guys says, wouldn't mind if she captured me. And then these 2 ladies who have absolutely no connection to the story in any way, shape, or form, stop doing that. I hate it when you introduce things that have no connection to the story. Speculation runs rife. You're not the purple tigress, Sally, are you? Tee-hee, I'm not telling. This has nothing to do with the story. It's completely pointless and stupid. It's annoying when you introduce things into the comic book. It doesn't further the plot. It doesn't further the story. It has no connection to the story in any way. It's a stupid thing to have in there. The bar isn't much better, but at least the guys are establishing that she is a beautiful, striking figure. The two things about the ladies, stupid and pointless.
Calm down.
Alright, I'll calm down and get on with it. Now, we center on this blonde woman, and we find out that she is actually very rich, which is why she has 3 gentlemen all around her. Now, they are talking about the purple tiger to Anne, and Anne is... Well, they're talking about her, and then she says, I'm going to punish you, don't talk to me. And these 3 guys seem to be agad by this. Flabbergasted, if you don't know what agad means. So this guy in a purple pinstripe suit sitting with this girl goes, the beautiful blonde is angry at her boyfriends. So he walks over to her and asks her to dance. After they've had a discussion, he walks off to another room, and the woman with her follows him. Anne is curious about this, so she goes and listens to them and hears about how he wants to rob her and how he's going to get on her good side and get invited to a party, and the gang will follow. Now, as she is sitting with her 3 boyfriends, I don't know, and she tells the gentleman in the pinstripe suit that there is a party at a house, and she wants to invite him along. Now, her boyfriends and the new gentleman all go into the house with her. She presents a lady, Miss Asterlin. Allow me to present Mr. Thorne. Now, as she is entertaining the party guests, the gang arrives, and she cuts the power off. She quickly changes into her costume. Now, I'm not going to question the fact that she had her outfit on under the dress, but 2 things stand out about this. As she's taking off her dress, her purple cape is attached to the back of... Well, her purple cape is attached, but we see her back right before she takes off the dress. You do not see the cape, so the cape has appeared out of nowhere. And the entire time, I guess her dress could go down to her feet, to her legs, but nobody notices that she's wearing purple striped boots. Okay, anyways, she takes off her dress, and she has on her purple tiger outfit. And she starts to knock out the bad guys one by one. And it says, the cat-like eyes of the purple tigress pierce the darkness to find. Rob your friends, will you? And punches Thorne in the face, and his tongue he apparently sticks out his tongue while he's getting punched. She throws a vase at another one. Have this vase. Oops, I forgot to remove the flowers. So I guess we're establishing she can see in the dark. She knocks out another guy with a chair, swings on the curtain to kick one guy and make 2 guys fall into each other, strips the curtain off of the railing and covers the bad guys with it. The woman that was originally with the guy in the pinstripe green suit, Mr. Thorne, happens to decide to walk into the building and receives a right cross from the purple tigress. And she says, so, I'm the dumbest dame you ever saw? Which was a thought bubble, because apparently this lady had said that Anne seemed to be the dumbest rich girl she's ever seen. So, she covers the crooks and tells her boyfriends, who don't seem to recognize her, even though she's not wearing a mask, to cover these guys until the cops show up. As the cops shows up, Anne comes out of nowhere and says that she was napping in the library. And they say, I say, Anne, that blighter Thorne is a crook. You see, Anne, you should stick to the ones who love you. Oh, that terrible man. I hope I never see him again. Oh, you should stick with the ones who loves you. That's us. And then she says, oh, a terrible man. I hope I never see him again. And at least this didn't say, stay tuned for the next issue, or that she'll be in the next issue or anything. It just ends. Of course, the ending is kind of abrupt. I mean, it doesn't even say it's the end of the story. It stops. The Purple Tigress. The second appearance of the Purple Tigress, she's not wearing purple anymore, except for the cape. So she's Purple Tigress in namesake only. Actually, her first name is changed too. She is now Anita. So it starts off, the Purple Tigress, scintillating nemesis of crime, meets the Flasher, stop laughing, whose nimble wit and daring make him flash, stop laughing, across the horizon like a brilliant meteor of evil. The result is inevitably the powerful personality of the Purple Tiger clashes with the evil genius of the Flasher. Stop laughing. Only one can survive. Who will it be? Before you guess, meet the Flasher. Why are you laughing?
You know what Flasher means.
Yes, I know what it means. Can I get on with the story? Okay. I hope he's not flashing our hero, then this definitely wouldn't be a family-rated comic book.
Ha!
Now, we see our villain. Stop. Don't. And he is in the sewer, which leads to his house, apparently. When we get to his house, it tells us that his house is resplendent with stolen objects. Resplendent is another way of saying very beautiful, but of course they don't show us. They just show us only this mirror. So it's another case of tell, don't show. Wait, I think I got that backwards. Anyways, he decides that he is no longer going to put on a disguise, because if he goes as himself, that would be the disguise, because no one would think that he would be stupid enough to show his face. So obviously, if you see his face, it has to be a disguise, because he wouldn't be that stupid. And now we cut to Anne at the opera with her 3 suitors. Now, it wasn't really established that well in the first issue, in my opinion, but one is very British, one has to be Russian, and the other is American. So they are there to see the opera, and I think that they're seeing some sort of opera with a Faustian deal, because the devil appears, and then it says, Mephistopheles appears to tempt Margaret. I actually don't know. Maybe the devil is a common theme. And now they say that Mephisto dodges into the audience and starts to steal things. Anita excuses herself, takes off her dress over her head, which is a very funny scene. And everybody exclaims, it's the Purple Tigress, and she leaps into action, and this panel showing her leaping, I swear she broke her neck. Well, she gets to the stage, and she sees someone hanging from a rope, and she assumes that the Flasher, got caught by himself, and when they bring him down, they find out that he is actually the star of the show, and that he was tied up by somebody dressed as Mephisto. And then the 3 men get together, and you can definitely tell, I say, Anita, we saw the Flasher. And the Purple Tigress, ooh la la, what a woman. She could be my gal pal. And Anita says, how boring, positively vulgar. She doesn't like what they have done. A couple days later, they are at the circus, and the Flasher, who decides to wear a mask this time, steals from some rich people who are in the audience. The next thing we know, we don't even see Anne slip away and change into her costume. She is just there, chasing after the Flasher, who doesn't have a mask on anymore. He sends horses to try and run her over, but she leaps which makes you think that she has to have some sort of powers to make a leap like that. She lands on the horses, but the Flasher has escaped. So she wants to be alone, and this panel is amazing. Sorry, boys, I can't see you. I must do some thinking. The British one says, I say, old thing, I never think. The Russian says, the beautiful woman, she should never think. And the American says, thinking gives me a Bane brain. I guess they're all saying that thinking is not for them. She walks off by herself so she can try and find a way to lure the Flasher into a trap. So the next day, she decides that she's going to do modeling. And you really get an idea of who each one is. I'm going to model a hoop skirt. I say, old thing, what a brilliant idea. I would like to see you in the bathing suit. You can see he has the Z's where T's should be. I'd like to see Anita without you two plug lugs. What in God's name is a plug lug? Oh my God, the 40s. So she goes into the dressing room and dresses up as the Purple Tigress. And I guess she's spying on an opera. But, okay, she's spying on the opera. I don't know why they even bothered with this modeling thing. It was a modeling show that she ditches to go to the opera. By the end of the opera, the Flasher appears and starts stealing jewelry and then tries to flee the scene. He sees... Now, this is the last panel. Take a good look at this. He steals a bike from someone and starts to speed off. The Black Tigress somehow comes across a doll carriage and is speeding down a hill right behind him. Take a good look. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Because you can steer the bike. You cannot steer the doll carriage. Especially if you're riding it backwards. And then we see a scene where she is suddenly in the air. And look right here. The doll carriage is smacking the Flasher in the back of the head. It doesn't even get its own panel. It just shows her smacking him. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And then I guess the all three guys, it says the next day, I say, old thing, did you read about the Purple Tigress? What fire, what speed she have, what a draft shape. And she goes, you can have her if you ever catch up with her. That's definitely more of an ending than the other one, but this is just so ridiculous. They didn't even devote a separate panel to her taking down the Flasher. It's kind of ridiculous, but hey, that's the Purple Tigress, and this is the Golden Age. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Lost Heroes of the Golden Age. If you have one in mind that you would like to see that maybe only you know of, that even I don't know of, you can go ahead and let me know. I love taking suggestions. But that's another episode, and until next time, I'll be seeing you.